am Vivek Johnson, IAS 2018 batch, allocated to Maharashtra cadre. Prior to joining this service, I was in Indian Revenue Service, Customs and GST 2016 batch. My native is Malappuram district in Kerala, and I did my mechanical engineering from NSS College of Engineering, Palakkad. After that, I did my preparation from Trivandrum, and right now I am posted as Assistant Collector under training in Osmanabad district, Maharashtra. So regarding training of IAS officers, it is done by Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration. We call it Labasana. So soon after you get into the rank list, you will receive a letter from DOPT, that is the Department of Personnel and Training, telling that you have secured this much rank and you have allocated this service. And soon after that, you will receive the communication from Labasana telling when the foundation course will start. So basically, the IAS training process has mainly the foundation course, followed by the phase 1, the district training, and the phase 2. So after these 4 process, your probation will be ending and you will be taking over your independent charges. So the foundation course is conducted in Labasana. So Labasana is such a beautiful academy that I have ever seen in my life, because the academy is overseeing the Himalayan ranges, and it has such scenic view from the classroom also. So it is such a beautiful academy, and there is a special feeling when you get into the gates of Labasana. The foundation course is a 100-day course, and the major highlight of this program is that the entire people from all the service comes together. It's not the only IAS, the IPS people, the IFS people, the IRS people, and all the people from the service, because we have around 370 people in our foundation course, and other foundation courses are conducted in Bhopal and Hyderabad as well. And in foundation course, the major highlight, what I felt is that it is a place where you release all the stress that is getting accumulated while preparing for civil service, because you know that how much rigorous is the civil service preparation program. You can just release all the stress in the foundation course, because you create new bonds, you find different people of different character, different service, different geographical background. So you altogether get to a new world and you start making networks of yourself, and believe me, this networking would be very successful and very useful when your career starts. And also the other major 2 highlights of foundation course is the Himalayan trek and the village study visit. Himalayan trek is basically like a 10-day trek on foot to Himalaya. So you will be divided into small groups of 10-15 people, and you will be sent to Himalaya on foot. And this is such a unique kind of experience, because many of the people misunderstand that this foundation course is all about academics, but it's not like that. It is all about making you a socially fit and socially responsible person. So this Himalayan trek is for 10 days, and you will be divided into small groups, and this is such a unique experience. I would say you will make your lifelong friends in this trek. And after that, you have your village visit program, where again it's for around 1 week. We will be sent to various parts. I went to Chhattisgarh state, Saraskela. Saraskela was my village. And you can directly observe what are the major challenges, what are the ground realities of India, what are the major programs, and what are the major lacuna that in the implementation that is happening in the villages. So after the completion of this 100 days foundation course, the next program is phase 1, which is exclusively for the IAS officers. But again, the major highlight of IAS phase 1 is the Bharat Darshan. Bharat Darshan is a 50-day India tour program. I would say my Bharat Darshan started from Kashmir. We went to Northeast, we went to Andaman, we went to Kerala. So it's like you roam around almost 16 states and 2 or 3 UTs, Union Territories. And the major purpose of this visit is to learn from seeing, because you have a lot of attachment in this, like we have army attachment, navy attachment, air force attachment, NGO attachment we will have, tribal attachment we will have. So it is getting a real life experience of various aspects. So that is one of the major highlight, because it's almost 50 days. You will be getting to one place today, you will be in Delhi, you again pack off in 2 or 3 days. You are just like nomads. You will live like nomads for another two months. And the people who love traveling, because I like traveling very much, they will enjoy the Bharat Darshan like anything. So after the Bharat Darshan, you will be coming back to the academy and having your rest of the phase 2, that is academic classes. Along with, you will be having your language classes also, because many of the people will be getting different cadres which is different from their home states. Like I am from Kerala, I got to allocated to Maharashtra cadre, so I am learning Marathi language. So you will be having language classes. Then in the end of phase 2, that is, you will be having these academic classes for over 3 months, and after that you will be having exams. And then is the most crucial one, that you will be sent to district training. This is very crucial part of your career, I would say, because this is the place where you see everything, and you will have a real exposure to your cadre and to the working of the government. So this district training process will vary from cadre to cadre, and the structure also mostly vary, but almost it is almost 90% would be same, but here and there it varies. So in the district training, you will be heading towards your respective cadres, and then you will be getting allocated to the district. And the district, mostly your designation will be assistant collector under training. So mostly it means that you are under training, and you will be treated as the baby of the district. Like probationer is always treated as the baby of the district. He is the baby of the collector. The collector will decide how to mold him, how to bring him up. So mostly the character of the collector and how the collector behaves, I think that would have a very big impact on how the trainee becomes, in what all styles the trainee also behaves. So you will be getting training under the collector. And in Maharashtra, it was like for the 6 months we will be having training, like we will be attached to the collector, we will be attached to the SP, various departments. And in the other 6 months of the district training, you will be given independent charges, because the district training is a process of 1 year. So 6 months you will be having attachment with the departments and the collector, and the other 6 months we will be handling proper independent charges. So in Maharashtra, they would give us the independent charges of Chief Officer of Municipal Council, then the BDO, then Tahsildar, and finally SDMs, that is a sub-divisional magistrate. And in what I feel is that giving independent charges at lower level is very important, because actually we directly enter the field as the sub-collectors, but to know what is the exact working of the system and the machinery, it is really important to come from the down, because if you get directly appointed to the sub-collector post, it is very difficult to know what actually happens at the bottom of the administration. So this purpose will be served when you serve as BDOs, when you serve as Tahsildars for a long time. So in Maharashtra, it was like 1.5 months of Tahsildar, 1.5 months of Chief Officer, BDO, and then sub-collector. So after the district training of almost 1 year, we will be sent back to academy for one month. It is just a 1 month course. So it is like experience sharing. Phase 2 does not have much things to do with the academics. It is just like experience sharing. The people of different cadres come together. They will just share how was the experience. So unfortunately, this year we had an online phase 2 due to the situations emerging due to COVID-19. So again, very unfortunately, we also used to have a foreign tour, foreign study tour of 10 days. That was also cancelled or postponed due to COVID. And after this phase 2 training, there was one 3 months deputation to Central Secretariat as assistant secretary. And this time also again due to the bad situations due to coronavirus, that also has been postponed. So many aspirants or many people would not be having a clear idea of how would be the career of a IAS officer, because I have seen many of my friends telling that what they believe is that the IAS officer would be collectors throughout their life, because only the collector is only such a post which gives such a public image. So many of my relatives also think that I'll be collector throughout my life. So that is not the case. So as a IAS officer, I just now told that we will be having a training for 2 years. So soon after training, you will be posted as sub-divisional magistrate. That is the head of the subdivision. It is known as SDMs, SDOs or assistant commissioner, which will be, the nomenclature will vary according to the cadre. So you will be heading your subdivision, and you will be heading the departments in the subdivision, and you will be handling the law and order, you will be handling the revenue matters, and also you will be having your own revenue code. In Maharashtra, we also get the additional charge of project officer tribal development in Maharashtra, and various other cadres like Telangana and Andhra also provide such opportunities. So after 2.5 years of your sub-collectorship, you will be posted as Chief Executive Officer Jilla Parishad or Additional Collector Development, which again varies depending on your cadre. So there are some other cadre like Kerala which posts you as Deputy Secretary in the State Secretariat. But from many of my seniors and collectors are told that CEO Jilla Parishad is one of the most satisfactory posts in their career. Because in this post you will be in charge of the development of the entire district, like you will be in charge of the health, education, you will be in charge of Narega, water and sanitation. So in this there are many avenues where you can prove yourself and you can do many things. So after 5 to 6 years of seniority to the service, you will be posted as district collectors or district magistrate. So I don't think there is any need to explain what this district collector does, because it's such a public figure. But district collector is the head of the department and is the representative of the government in the district. So after the collectorship, there are many options, because mostly in many states the field of, because in IAS we can divide the postings into two types. One is a field posting and a non-field posting. In many states the field posting ends by the collectorship. But in some cadres, for instance like Maharashtra, we have another post like municipal commissioner post, where we will be heading the municipal commissionerate system. Or we can also go as a joint secretary in state secretariat, or we can also head any PSUs. PSUs in the sense like there are many PSUs in Maharashtra like MSIDC, which is responsible for the industrial development, then MSRDC for road development. So there are many PSUs which again will be headed by a IAS officers. So after this, what happens is that after a seniority of 16 years, you will be empaneled as a joint secretary in the central government, and also you will be eligible for be a secretary in the department in the state government. So basically you will be heading a department, you will be advising the minister what all the policy change that has to be taken in the department, like you can be the education secretary, you can be the health secretary. So this career progression can go up to chief secretary in the state government and cabinet secretary in the central government, which is a top bureaucrat in the country. So in the state government you will become the chief secretary, and the central government you can be the cabinet secretary, who will be the top civil servant of the country. But many doubts the aspirants ask me is that, sir, what is the concept of a cadre? Like if we have allotted to one cadre, can we come back to your home state? So the answer is definitely yes, because there are various provisions, like we have a state deputation as well as central deputation. You will be eligible for the central deputation after 9 years. In that we can come back to the central government, or for the state deputation you can come back to the state government for a maximum period of 5 years. Apart from that, you can also go for study leave, where there is a program of DOPT, that is DFFT, where you can go to the top rated universities in the world and for a period of 2 years and pursue your degree, which will be fully funded by the government. Apart from that, you can also opt for many international postings, like we have postings in UN, we have postings in IMF or other international bankings. So therefore we can say that IAS offers you a enormous opportunity to serve the country in very diverse fields. So regarding the memorable experience, I was in the field for very little time, because I was in the field for just 1 year. The first one was my independent posting itself, because I was posted at Osmanabad. I was expecting a chief officer post in Osmanabad, but my divisional commissioner told me that Vivek, we will be posting you at Beed district. Beed is a district which is neighboring to Osmanabad. So Beed is a district which is infamous for its lawlessness. So I was very astonished why the divisional commissioner is giving me a posting out of the district. So then I received a call from the Beed collector like, Vivek, we have many corruption charges against the president in the municipal council. So you have to go there and file FIR against those people. So when I went to Beed, like I was very much I was taken by surprise because the staffs were against me. Even when I went to file the FIR in the police station, the PA were not accepting the FIR. So I was taken by very surprise. But then I went and met the SP. Then I went to the divisional commissioner. With their support, I could file a FIR of almost 8 crore. Because it was very memorable for me in that sense, because although everyone believes that the first independent posting would be very supportive in nature, very knowledgeable in nature, the people, all the staff would be supporting them. Mine was the entire reverse, entire opposite of that. So that would be my first independent posting, would be a memorable one for me. So thank you everyone for listening to my video. Remain motivated and try hard to get your goal. Thank you.